Hello everyone, welcome back to our next episode, the Expat Talk. Today with a special guest, Shyla. For those people who are new today, this podcast should help people who are coming from abroad countries, living their life here in Germany with struggles, problems, things they might be having as a competition. And I'm trying to create a platform for those people to being able to learn from mistakes from other people, to gain the experiences from other experiences. So I think this is a great opportunity for all of you. And I think Shyla is also a great person to share the experiences of her. So Shyla, thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me, Aman. And it feels great to be here.
Great. This is perfect. So Shyla, tell us about yourself. Maybe the audience is really looking for who's the person, what is the person doing in Germany. Maybe you share some insights of yours.
Yeah. So I've had around 20 years of work experience. I started my job in India. Wipro Technologies was my first company.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a few years, I moved to Germany in 2007.
Mm-hmm.
I got married during that time.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as I moved here, it was all new environment, new people, new experiences. So then I got into a company called Nokia. Nokia was my client. I think it's a known company. Yeah. So that's when my professional journey started, along with my personal life as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Since then, I've had a very, very interesting journey so far.
Mm-hmm.
And I stayed here for almost 10 years. Yeah. But after a few years, I had to continue my journey as a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
My son was just 2 years old back then.
Mm-hmm.
But then I've had a good life here, being a single mom as well. But due to some personal reasons, I had to go back to India.
Mm-hmm.
But then I decided to come back to Germany. Yeah. So yeah, since then it's been quite interesting, and feels good.
No, I think you are the only person or one of the few persons that I knew that came from India to Germany, went back to India, and then came back to Germany. I think a lot of people are complaining about life and all those expenses that you have when you're earning your salary and everything. But what was the reason for you, first of all, coming to Germany?
Yeah.
And second of all, moving back to Germany after you went again to India?
Right. So as I said, 2007 is when I moved here to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, during that time, I got married and I had to move here. But my professional journey as well, got really good back then. I worked in companies like Nokia, ZTE, Deutsche Telekom. I really loved the work environment here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, back then. And also it was quite calm and peaceful. And, I really liked the lifestyle and all that. And I always felt at home. Yeah. So even when I started my journey as a single mom, things were tough, but still I got a lot of support. Yeah, from the government or people around or my colleagues at work and all that. So I always felt comfortable staying here. Yeah, but yeah, as I said, due to personal reasons, had to go back to India with my son. But I always had this in my mind that I have to go back to Germany. I didn't know when. Yeah, I was working there, got back into corporate, then started my entrepreneurship. Then I started a coaching and training company in India, which was going really well. Yeah, even now I'm continuing with that. But still, with whatever was going on, and of course, I had a great support system. My parents were in India as well, right? But still, I had this, this interest to always come back to Germany. Yeah. So 2022, end of 2022 is when I moved back here. And as I said, as soon as I landed here, that breath of fresh air and, I just felt really at home. Yeah. So, I thought it was a good opportunity for my son as well. My son was born here. Yeah. He was around 5.5 years old when we moved back to India. So I thought it will be good for him to come back here, and the exposure he gets here, right, education, and he's also a football player. So, When it comes to football, you know how Germany is, right? Yeah, and he loves painting. So a lot of reasons. So I thought, it'll be a nice place for him to grow up as well. And I felt really nice coming back.
Crazy, really nice. This is, I think, a great story because, as you're saying, you were married and you became a single mom. It's something which has also to do with a lot of confidence, because a lot of people, even in Germany, are struggling when they are becoming a single mom. But you have managed to, as a single mom, going back and coming back again to Germany to again build up this life.
Right.
I think this is something which you can be proud of. And I think this is something that a lot of women, either they are single or married, should be also considering as a part of their life. Because in Germany, it is like you have to take care, even if you are married, you have to take care of everything by yourself. You shouldn't be dependent on someone.
Yeah.
This is the first thing. It's my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
As I'm in the field of the finances, it's mostly like that men are in control of their finances and everything. It shouldn't be. I have a lot of women where I'm only in touch with the women, and the women are deciding about the finances of the family. And this is something that I think it should be approachable for everyone,
right,
in the environment,
right,
right. And you said, now you have also done entrepreneurship.
Yes.
What you did?
Yes. So that's been quite an interesting experience as well. So as I said, when I went back to India, of course, I always had this, I don't know, in Hindi we call it as kida, that itching of doing something on my own, right? To be an entrepreneur. So when I went back to India, of course, I had to get back to corporate to earn a living. But I had a culture shock in my own country. Yeah, so it was quite a difficult experience after working in Germany for so long, right? But then one thing I realized through my corporate journey in India was no matter what level of hierarchy you're in a corporate, people management is the key. Yeah. So that's when I took that leap of faith and started doing a lot of certifications and so on with respect to coaching and training. Yeah, and that's when I registered my company, and so since then it's going really well. I've worked with a lot of great clients in India, and I'm still associated with them. Yeah, so mainly I work with women restarters, young girls, freshers. Women leaders and so on. So it feels great that through your experience, you can, coach women, inspire them or just support them, just be there or just hear them out. Sometimes that is also equally important, right? So this is where it all started, and it's still going strong along with the work that I'm doing here. Right. So I'm also working for a telecom company here. But along with that, coaching is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And as you said, I think being independent, being individualistic is very, very important, no matter what status you have, whether you're married, not married, single, right? No matter what. Yeah. So I think that is something really important. So I just love what I do.
Now, there's one question. There are a lot of people from abroad which are saying they have housekeeping people, they have cookers, all those things. Now, in Germany, you don't have that usually. You have to buy the grocery by yourself. Nowadays, you have the possibility to do it with an app, but still, you have to do it by your own. With the son, his school.
Right.
I think he's also not speaking that fluent German.
Not yet.
Not yet. So it's like also a struggle there with the communication.
Yes.
Then your work, then your private life. In your private life, you're also ambitious about singing and dancing, I know.
Yes.
How do you managing all those things? So because for me, it's like really wow. Because the day has 24 hours. Out of the 24 hours, most people are sleeping 8 hours. So the rest is like eating, walking, doing things, and then still you're finding time to doing all those things.
Yeah. It's like, when you really love something, like they say, when you're passionate about something, you have that fire in your belly, right?
Yeah.
So I feel that for a lot of reasons.
Yeah.
It could be coaching, it could be singing, it could be dancing. So I make time for it, right? Yes, I think a lot of us Indians will agree. When once you are here in Germany, you're the queen, you're the maid. Right at home.
Yeah.
So we have to have that acceptance that yes, we need to do things on our own here. Yeah, in a way, it's also good that you become a lot more independent, and that is what my son is also learning right now. Right, back in India, he's had a great support system. Right, having a whole family around, and we have maids, and things at home are really easy. Right, but here he's again relearning to be independent. Yeah. So I really love these things, so I make time for it.
Crazy.
Yeah, so I think it just feels good, and I have this one thought in my mind: no matter what I do, it's very important for all of us to live every day rather than merely exist or survive, because all of us usually we get into this survival mode. Right, every day becomes a struggle when you are trying to survive and trying to find things, or it becomes very, very stressful. Of course, I do go through a lot of stress and a lot of these things that are going on, managing home, managing work, and my son, and of course my activities and so on. But I think living every day matters a lot. So
100%.
it feels good.
There's one thing that you and me have in common, as I'm also self-employed and you are also on the side self-employed.
Yes.
It's all about the stress, because without stress we are not working, and it's the same with me. I'm not working with the stress, so it's really crazy. But take me to this level where you said, okay, my decisions were really hard. I have went to a lot of paperwork, because Germany is known of their paperwork.
Absolutely.
Just share some insights of that, so a lot of people which are maybe hearing this podcast will be having a more confident, power to coming to Germany.
I'll share something, something very personal. Okay, it's a personal experience. When I started my journey here as a single mom, things have been difficult. Firstly, changing the tax class, and then I couldn't work the complete 8 hours because I had to travel to Bonn. I was working with Deutsche Telekom. So working 8 hours, traveling, 1 or 2 hours every day, and then taking care of a 2-year-old kid, it was not easy at all. So I spoke to my company. I told them this is a situation right now. And they immediately asked me to, reduce the number of working hours. So I reduced it to 7 hours. And they gave me an option to work while I'm traveling. So I was working while I was traveling in the train. Right? And of course, tax classes, changing the tax class and getting that support and all that. I had a Steuerberater. I had a tax lawyer who would help me with these things. And of course, having some great friends around, right? I could immediately get that support. Sometimes I think even a moral support, or just guiding me whom to contact, where to go, what to do, and things like that, right? At one point in time, I think since I had almost reached 10 years, right, of life here in Germany, I had my PR. I was about to get my citizenship. In fact, I had also given my tests and all that, all the Einbürgerung tests and all the paperwork that you need to do. But it so happened that I had to go back to India during that time. And I had to go through a court procedure for me to leave the country with my son.
From here?
Yes, from here. So it was very, very stressful. I had to change my lawyer through one of my good friend. I got a good lawyer. And then I had to go to that lawyer, and then she really helped me. So I had like a month's time, and she asked me to pack my bags. And she said, start packing. You're going back to India. I'm like, I don't even know. I don't even have a court order. How do I go back? Right? So it's like, of course, my ex also stayed here in Germany. And without his permission, I couldn't leave the country with my son. So that was the case. So I had to get a court order to leave the country. Right? Crazy. So it was a crazy experience. But I got great support from this lawyer and my friends around and all that. And within a month's time, I just started selling all my stuffs, right? I wasn't even sure. And I had booked my flight tickets. And and then the previous day of my, flight date, I got this court order. And they said you can leave the country with your son. And I went back. Yeah. So overall, it's like, even though I've had these tough experiences, I've got great support here. That's where I felt comfortable, even for me to take that decision to come back to Germany, right? So I felt comfortable here. And even when I came back, 2022, right? I had some good friends around, my old colleagues, right? So I got some great referrals, right, for my jobs and, staying here and finding new apartments and all that. So I always felt comfortable. So no matter what sort of experience you've had, you have a good support system and it always feels great. And I have to mention this. I think one of the first events, Indian events I went, and the first guest on your show, Parashiva, he was the one who introduced me to you. Right?
Yeah, I remember.
And those initial days when I was also in that mode of, settling down as such. Of course, I came here alone and then my son joined me later.
Yeah, exactly.
That was when I came and met you. And then you actually, guided me with so many things. Yeah. You understood where I come from, what is going on, and being a single mom, settling down here is not easy. So it was really nice meeting you back then and, being still associated with you. Of course, I've got all my insurances done with you and all that. But still, as a friend, having that support system, I think you also know sometimes I just message you around 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the night. Aman, I need some information. You've been so kind and patient enough to reply back and, make me feel lighter during that time, even though I'm tensed. So it feels great, Aman. I think having this kind of support system matters a lot.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It is something that, this is not the standard on the market. That's what you were saying right now about the service. Because frankly speaking, if you're going to a bank is mostly closing at 5, 6.
Yes.
Mostly people are working till 5, 6. So how you want to do that? Okay.
Normally, I think 4 o'clock they close the transactions.
Yeah, they have few days. I think Tuesday and Thursday are for long days, and the other days are like short days till 2. And even insurance brokers or the insurance agencies, they have also only open till 5. And then mostly people are frustrated about how to do and what to do. But I'm always trying to explain that having a contact person is always better. Because for sure, you can drive over those comparison portals, for example, Check24, 100%.
Right.
But you don't have a contact person.
Right.
And it's sometimes you never know. Maybe you have a question at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. and you can't go to sleep without solving this question.
Right.
So then you're getting frustrated. What is now my question? If you're calling a hotline, the hotline will say tomorrow at 9 we are again reachable. Yeah. So this is something.
And they speak in German.
Yeah. No, there's no one who can support in English. Yes, correct. Fluent English. And second, on any time. And this is a service that we in a company, or me especially, is offering.
Right.
Because I know where the problem is for a lot of customers.
Right.
How the customers' society is thinking and ticking. Like, all of a sudden, at 10 p.m., there's coming a message. I need this. Yeah, then you have to do it, or you have to at least tell them, okay, tomorrow in the morning, I will directly do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think this is something that a lot of people have in common. But you said you have some insurances. Yeah. I think some people are interested about that.
Yeah. I think health insurance. Yeah. I think you can name them. I have quite a few with you.
The private health insurance.
Private health insurance for me and for my son.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
you have a deposit insurance.
Yeah, that's right.
This is something
deposit insurance, Rechtsversicherung, legal insurance.
This is something which is really important.
Yeah.
It's something which is underrated.
Right.
People are thinking they are not in the need of the legal insurance.
Right.
But I'm telling you, unfortunately, we are living in a society in Germany where sometimes people who are living for a longer time in Germany are taking advantage of people who are not living that longer in Germany. I explain you why. they are thinking you are not aware of all those laws and rights of yours.
Right.
So when something happens, they're directly going to court. They are doing the things. You just following because you're thinking it's the norm. It's the
You
way
need to abide by the laws and rules here.
And then you don't have a legal insurance, and you're paying out from your own pocket.
Right.
A lawyer is not that cheap.
Right.
Going to court is also
quite expensive. Ask me.
Yeah. So it's something which I definitely highly recommending everyone to have. Either you need it or not.
Right.
It's better to have it instead of need it when you don't have it.
Right.
It's as simple as
That's
that.
true.
And the deposit insurance is something which is also really flexible because it's not taking your money away.
Right.
Today's time, you have to put 3 deposit of the rent back to the landlord for security purposes. And sometimes it's like if you have an apartment which is costing 1,000 euros rent, there's at least 3,000 euros you have to give away.
Right.
But those 3,000 euros maybe can help you in some way or give you more security if you know I have 3,000 euros savings, you know. So I think the deposit insurance is also not that costly. You have paid around 100 euros,
right?
Which is completely fair and total.
Yeah.
And the insurance is taking care of this deposit in case something happens.
Right. In fact, I didn't even know there was a deposit insurance. You know, after I moved back to Germany.
This is the thing. So, a lot of people are not aware of those things which are available on the German market.
Right.
We have over 250 insurance companies, over that many of banks, 500 plus banks. You know, and selecting the right one for you with the right product is just the hardest point.
Right.
Because you're not gaining that much of information in the internet. If you're searching for liability insurance in Google, there are companies which are having advertisements, so they will be popping on the top.
Right.
So the normal human sense is like I will go for the first 3 because they are the first 3.
Absolutely. Is it? Absolutely. And of course, since everything is in German, even. Okay, I speak very, very basic German. I still have to, brush through my German skills quite a bit, actually. But still getting that right information when whatever you see or whomever you're talking to comes in German language, right? Yeah. It's difficult for you to understand.
Yeah.
So having someone like you who can explain these things, of course, in English with more clarity, right? And someone who can give you a one-stop solution, because when you're here, you wouldn't want to run around for things.
You don't have time.
Right? Don't have time. You don't have that energy because, of course, you are busy with a lot of other things going on in your personal and your professional life, 100%, right? 100%. So somebody who can guide us through this and let us know, this is available. Why don't you take this? This will help you out. And this is the cost for it. Right? And, what are the pros and cons, right? If you take it or if you don't take it, right? I think explaining these things and making our life more easier, right? I think that matters.
This is also the intention behind this podcast because, first of all, it's about helping more people.
Right.
Gaining more customers, first of all, and second of all is simply helping people because this is something that I also shared with, I think, the previous attendee on the podcast. This is something that my parents also have experienced because they came also from a broad country, finding the right person.
Right.
Not to that time they were speaking fluent German. Nowadays they are doing, but it's a process thing.
Absolutely.
And then if you do things because you're trusting the person, and after a few years, someone is coming and saying, okay, what you did there, this was so often the case with my customers.
Right.
So often you can't imagine. There are people who went to the bank because they have their bank account there, have directly took a consultation with the bank advisor there, and the bank advisor was not aware of the pros and cons. Also, the mentality is playing that much of a role.
Right.
Yeah. The Indian culture is like a flexible country. They are not that ready to take risk.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They are like morally secured persons, and if you have a product which is having a log of 20 years, where is the sense of this product for the customer? Because as you said, sometimes you never know. You have to go back to India.
Right.
So this is something that a lot of people are underrating.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
Yeah. That's true. I think that's where we need help, Aman. I think, that's where I think all of us Indians or people coming in from any other country, right? I think we should all be aware that we have someone who can help us, who can support us, right?
Yeah.
So it's all about taking that time out and coming and meeting and talking and trying to explain your situation so that you get the right guidance, right? And thanks for doing that to the whole community. Actually, I think the whole of our Indian community, right, especially the South Indian community whom you meet here, right? I think most of us are your clients, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it feels great, and definitely I would love to recommend you to all of my known friends and colleagues in future as well.
It's
for
like,
sure.
In the company, we always saying like recommendations are things like if you're going to a good Italian restaurant, you wouldn't be recommending that.
Yeah.
No, you would be recommending that. It's simple. Like take my service like an Italian restaurant. It's a good restaurant. Yeah.
Yes, a friendly one.
Friendly one. This is correct.
Yeah.
Cool. Shyla, there's one thing that I'm really interested about. Now you shared the journey of going back and coming back to Germany with all the process with court and here and there. Now you're living for 2 years. You came in
2022 November.
November, right?
Yeah.
Since then,
yeah.
What was the hardest challenge? And how is the life? Because you have been in Germany. You know how Germany was 10 years ago.
Right.
You know it now.
Right.
You're seeing it now.
Yes.
You're seeing a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're seeing?
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay. Tell
me. Firstly, as soon as I landed here and started moving around a bit, I felt it's a lot more crowded now. Back then, I didn't see this much of a crowd, especially we Indians, right?
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of Indian crowd.
Yeah.
It's full.
Yeah.
Especially this city, Düsseldorf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Düsseldorf city. That's why I didn't go anywhere else to settle down. I just came back to the same city, and it's a lot more crowded. Yeah. And finding your place in that chaos is really, a big challenge, right? So that is one thing that I observed quite a bit. And of course, paperwork, be it your own visa, be it visa for your family and so on and so forth. All the paperwork that you need to do when it comes to insurance, when it comes to your Finanzamt, right? The tax classes that you need to work on, so many other things. Of course, financial investment is something that I've not done yet with you. And of course, I would definitely come back to you for that. But I think a lot of this paperwork, right? It was there back then because it has always been a conventional way of working here in Germany. But still, I saw that a lot of things have not been digitalized.
No.
Yeah, you have to go through that bureaucracy, that whole process of getting things done, right? And because of this huge crowd, here right now, be it Düsseldorf or Cologne or any other city, I think, right? Even the foreign office, the Ausländerbehörde or Bürgerbüro, wherever you go, getting an appointment, right? And then going and explaining it to them, getting your paperwork done. All of these things, it takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, right? And sometimes you don't understand things at all, right? And they have also kind of, changed a few policies here and there. So a lot of things were quite new. Yeah. So I had to literally start from scratch. Even though I have lived here for so long back then, right? I had to literally start everything, from a very, very basic level. So that has been quite a big challenge. But as I said, I think finding right people, getting right information is the key. Of course, the process is quite slow here. It takes time.
Really slow.
Really slow. I think one of the things that also where I needed help was when I was applying for my son's visa. Applying for his visa, I had to arrange a lot of documents prior to that as a prerequisite. Right, especially with the insurance, right? I had to come back to you and ask you to help me out with this. Which insurance should I go to? What should I do? How do I add on these things? So on and so forth, right? So it just took a lot of my time and energy to go through that process. 100%. And even after my son landing here in Germany, Yeah, it took a while for me to, put him through certain processes here,
Yeah.
be it the filing, be it his residence permit,
Yeah.
his schooling,
Yeah.
right? Getting the admission in the school, going to the migration and integration center. And then nowadays things have changed. You can't go to the schools directly. You can't
Yeah.
talk to them directly. You have to go through this process of where they talk to you and your kid, and then they put it across to the schools, put the kid's profile to the schools, and wherever the slots are open, they just call you and tell you that the slot is open, and no matter how far it is, you have to send your kid there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course, my son is 13 now, and he can manage traveling on his own.
Yeah.
He takes a public transport and he goes to his school. But yeah, getting till here, starting everything from scratch, it has taken a lot. Yeah, and thanks to you, you've been quite a bit of help actually in a lot of things.
This is something which is I think good insight, because the same thing that you were sharing right now, I have something similar to 99% with a customer. He's living in Wuppertal.
Ah, okay.
And this guy is really ambitious about his work. He's self-employed. He's running a company in Germany and has a client from outside. And since 9 months, he's running behind the embassy for his citizen passport.
Ah, okay.
Lawyers are integrated.
Right.
The Finanzamt are integrated.
Right.
The banks are integrated. They have freezed his bank account because he's not able to work. He's not able to fly out of Germany because he only has a Fiktionsbescheinigung. Somehow his process is really pending. And anytime he is writing an email, anytime I'm writing an email, giving a call, asking for support, they're saying, do please not push us. Please wait till we respond. But I'm trying to explain them, guys, you have to understand the situation, because sometimes the situation is like that. You all of a sudden you have forgot something to rechange, maybe a passport or an ID card.
Right.
It's a human being. It's normal.
Right.
Then you're going there. And then you have to take an appointment. If you're on this hall, you have to wait at least 1 hour till you get the table spot. And then if you're doing that, then you have to wait again 3 months. And without doing this pushing and writing emails and disturbing them, they will not react on everything.
That's
in
true.
Germany, we have even the thing, if you have to order a passport, an ID card, a German citizen passport, there is like the normal way to do it, and then there's like Expressbearbeitung.
Ah, right.
So it means like you paying for it, and they are promising to doing that quicker.
Right.
In most cases, it is not quicker done.
Okay. Even though you pay for it.
Even though there's one customer which has said, I have did this Expressbearbeitung. Expressbearbeitung, I think, takes around 2 to 3 weeks, if I'm not wrong. And the normal, it takes around 8 to 10 weeks.
Okay.
So it's a lot of week savings that you have there.
Right.
After 3 weeks, he got nothing.
Oh.
Wrote an email, hey, I've paid for it. No, it's not our fault. So he didn't got the money. He paid extra for the service, but didn't got the money.
Okay.
And this is something, the bureaucracy in Germany is really, really slow. On every sector, may it be the Finanzamt, may it be the embassies for citizens, may it be if you have to change the address, even this is sometimes taking long. So all those paperwork. And as a self-employed person, you have to run to embassies where you're thinking, where is the need of this paper for you?
Right.
And what they're doing, they're just putting that in a file. This has no influence for my work of process.
That's true.
It's really crazy. And I don't understand why this country is not developing themselves. Because if you're looking at the neighbor countries, Netherlands, for example, really advanced technology. They're really huge. They're living a good life. But if you're looking in Germany, our health insurance system is not working, the public one. The pension insurance is not working. We have over 50 million people who are working, but only 17 million people are paying into the insurance.
Wow.
Pension insurance.
Yeah.
Now you just have to understand, but everyone is taking care of this pension insurance.
Right.
But if only 70 people are putting their money in there, how should be this system manageable?
Right.
So it's like easy business. If you have too much expenses than revenue, then the system will be collapsing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And I think
this is the kind of understanding we all need to have, right?
100%.
Yeah. And if you can, I don't know, other than this podcast, what other plans you have? I think this is one of the brilliant way of reaching out to people,
Yeah.
actually, right? Because we all need such information to live here, to continue here,
Yeah.
to get our passports,
Yeah.
or to work here, to settle down with our kids, and so on, right? So we all need this right information, to move forward. So I think you should start reaching out to more number of people like this.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, that's really nice.
It's an act which will be coming at one point to his highest level, but it's like step by step. If I do now completely with thousands of people, I wouldn't having the capacity of serving everyone.
Right.
But I would like to be serving everyone also.
Right.
This is the thing.
Right. So let me ask you a question, Aman.
Sure.
Sorry, we're turning the tables
No,
here,
no.
right? Of course, I think at a very young age, you have reached to this level of helping people, helping our Indian community in whatever way you can, right? So what next? How are you trying to reach out to more number of people, or how are you thinking of helping all of us here?
So thank God we are living in a generation where we have everything digital. I'm trying to offering digital services regarding insurances, investments, and everything. I'm trying to having offline events because since Corona came, people, went to their homes. They were feeling alone, and I think people are missing to coming and gathering with a lot of people,
right?
Exchanging their experiences or just some personal information. I think with that, I'm also trying to make some offline events where I have a meet and greet with people, where I'm inviting some customers. Those customers can bring some reference people, some friends with them. So like we are a huge group where I can present topics because. For me, out of 100%, I would be saying for myself, I have 80% of experience for my customers, for myself, and what happens outside.
Right.
20% are like, no one has 100%.
It varies, yeah.
No one has 100%.
Right.
Yeah, but those 80%, I'm trying to give everyone a bit part because every customer has individual needs, and those individual needs are having individual problems and solutions.
Right.
And for that reason, I'm trying to create a platform with this podcast, making some videos where people can watch them if they have time in the evening. So the plans are big, but everything step by step.
Nice.
Still, I would like to live my life, my private life.
Of course.
This is something. But really, I'm ambitious about everything. Trying to helping people now since 3.5 years. I'm self-employed in this field. Gained a lot of experience. Met a lot of nice people. A lot of people where I could help them. And I think this is taking by month on.
Great. That's really nice. I think all of us come with needs and requirements, but there is always an emotion attached to that requirement, right? And I think touching upon on that emotion, that need, an individual has, right? No matter what kind of service they need. Be it insurance, financial investment, whatever they need to have, right? So I think touching upon those emotional needs and trying to help them matters the most. One of the things I would definitely like to share, I think when my son came here, I think the very first thing you asked me was, did he arrive? How is he feeling? And all that. And then you of course, he loves football. So you asked me his jersey size and everything. And that was a very, very sweet gesture. You wrote his name on his jersey and you got it printed and, you sent it home. And my son was super excited. When he saw that. And I think one of the events he I think he met you, but he didn't know you were Aman. And then after he came back home, I asked him, "Did you meet Aman?" I'm like, then he was like, "No, who is that? I want to meet him." So he was very, very excited because you sent him
Something.
that sweet gesture, right? Something like a gift, and of course, a kid gets excited about it, right? So I think these are some of the small things. Where whatever you can do to connect with people. I think this kind of connect is very important for all of us to get that trust, right, in you and your team, whatever kind of work that you're doing, and that trust is very, very important. I think it's a crazy world out there, so right, trusting people and on many other levels, it's not easy.
No.
So having someone with whom you can connect, right, with whom you can go and trust with whatever they are saying and take those next big steps in your life. So I think that really matters.
I could write a book if I put all the experiences from my customers in one book.
I think that's the next thing you should be doing.
No, it's not my thing. I don't like to read.
Okay.
But it's like the small gesture that I did is just because for me it's not only work. Sometimes you have also a different connection with people. It's one on the work side,
right?
And then you have the different side. And making a smile on someone's other's face is the thing where I'm saying only with that I'm putting myself in a position where the person for a long time, if in case something happens, they will be always coming back to me. Because the market is like a competitive market. There are a lot of consultants outside. They're offering all good services without any regret.
Right.
But how you can outstand your service is just like with the personal.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
And this
that personal connect and
and this is what I'm trying to do.
I
hope I'm doing it good.
Yes, you are doing a great job, Aman. I think you should continue what you're doing. In fact, a lot more.
I will.
And reach out to a lot more people.
I will.
And of course, I think all of us, we always take your name. Even if I have to bring any of my friends, the first person who comes to my mind is you. Like, okay, I have one person, with whom you can connect and you will get all your answers.
Should be proud of myself.
Yeah, that's good. Good going.
Cool.
Yeah.
So Shyla, then you have the last word. You can tell the audience something. You can tell myself something.
I think all of us have a very, very interesting life. So I think we should all strive to do better in life on a day-to-day basis. It's something very, very important. Having that peace of mind, having that smile on your faces every day, no matter what you go through. Of course, we all go through a lot of highs and lows, right? Especially we women, I would like to, since I work with women a lot, we women have this tendency of doing everything on our own. Of course, we are super women and, we have, we can do things on our own. But one of the things we should also understand is that it is okay to seek support, right? It's very, very important for all of us, all independent women out there. I think we should all go out there and seek that much needed support, and having someone like you whom we can come to and get all the right information and get the right kind of support is very, very important. And try and have a good life wherever you are, whichever country you live in. And good luck to everyone.
Maybe you can do one advertisement about your entrepreneurship. If you need more people, maybe some people will be interested about what they do. What you do.
Okay. So, of course, I run a coaching and training company called Thwamway. It's a registered company in India. I haven't had the chance to register that company here in Germany yet, which I am planning sometime. So through my coaching practice, I work with a lot of women, mainly women, women restarters, who would want to restart their career after a long gap due to whatever reason, due to health reasons, due to maternity, due to, marriage, so on and so forth. right? So I work with them. I conduct regular workshops, and I have one-on-one coaching sessions and all that, right? Because I myself have been a restarter, right?
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
So through my experiences, and of course through my coaching experience, I really work with them. Some young girls, right, who are freshers, who are taking that leap from being students to professionals, right? I work with them as well. Of course, a lot of kids and a lot of professionals, a lot of women leaders, yeah, who are aspiring leaders or aspiring entrepreneurs who would want to take up that journey. Yeah, so I work with them as well on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, it's been a very, very interesting journey. I'm very, very passionate about it. Yeah, that's why you can see that broad smile on my face whenever I talk about this. And along with this, yeah, my music and dance, everything goes on because that keeps me going. Yeah. So this is a part of my entrepreneurship journey. And of course, I would love to connect with a lot of women out there who need this help. Whether it is here in Germany or in India, right? Any kind of support that they need, yeah, they can always contact me.
Cool. Perfect. This is I think a nice thing for a lot of people. For sure, I will be putting some contact information, maybe an email address in the bio, so people can connect with you.
Sure. Thank you.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you so much, Aman. I think it's nice. It's like we're there for each other. Yeah, that's the connect we have. So it's wonderful.
Be always like one hand should wash the other hand.
Absolutely.
Not only one hand.
Yeah.
This is the moral of the life.
Yeah.
But cool. I hope you liked the episode.
Yeah, it was great. It was fun. I didn't think much. In fact, I asked you what sort of questions will come in, and you said it's just going to be a normal talk. Yeah. And I think it was really, really fun being here with you, Aman.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I think I hope you liked also this episode with Shyla. Got some more insights about her life, her experiences. Maybe you have learned some things out of her experiences. For all those people who are interested, you can write us an email. You can chat with us in the comment box. And for more, I don't have to add. Would be seeing you next time in our next episode, and wishing you all a nice day.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.